Chapter 12, Part 4. Now, before we begin the material for this section, I want to ask you, are you down? Are you depressed? Are you not doing well? If you're discouraged at this point in studying French, you do not want to continue right now because what we're going to look at is really discouraging. So it might be a good time to take a break, maybe hang out with a friend, go to your happy place, just something to get into a better mood because the material that'll follow is enough to drive you crazy. We're going to look at the pleonastic ne. Now, pleonastic means meaningless, so we might as well just call it what it is, the meaningless ne. The ne that doesn't mean anything. They just put it in there to confuse English students who are studying English-speaking students who are studying French, or to sound sophisticated, or something, but it doesn't mean anything. So when do we use this meaningless ne? First of all, in a clause following a comparison. So here we have the sentence, Il est plus riche que je ne le croyais. He is plus riche, is more rich, so he is richer than, it's a plus que, richer than, je ne le croyais. So I, and then was believing it is what it is literally. So croyais is the imperfect of croire. So literally it's he is more rich than I was believing it. And we would smooth that out to he is richer than I believed, or he is richer than I believed him to be. So either construction fits real well with that translation. But notice how the word ne doesn't add anything in here. It doesn't get translated. If it wasn't there, it wouldn't change the meaning. But they put it in, and that's a kind of a sophisticated French to put that in. Il est un meilleur joueur que je n'espérais. He is a meilleur, is a better. Joueur is a player, like a tennis player. He's a better player than, meilleur que, better than, je n'espérais. Je espérais, that's the imperfect of espérer, to hope. So he's a better player than I was hoping, or he's a better player than I was hoping he was. And so again, the ne doesn't add anything to the translation. So those are words with a comparison. The pleonastic ne is also used after certain conjunctions. À moins que, meaning unless, avant que, meaning before, and de crainte que means for fear that. À moins qu'il ne la voie, il se déprime. À moins que means unless he sees her. Now, à moins que takes the subjunctive, so that's why we have voyer in the subjunctive. Unless he sees her, il se déprime. Se déprimer means to get depressed. So unless he sees her, he gets depressed. He's really in love. So here we have that ne, and it doesn't add anything, but it's in there because after the expression à moins que, you can put in a pleonastic ne. Now, another time that we use pleonastic ne is with verbs of doubt or denial, or verbs of fear and risk. For example, douter, craindre, nier. Those are the main ones. To doubt, to fear, to deny. Vous ne pouvez nier qu'il n'ait raison. Now, this sentence is a real killer because we've got vous ne pouvez, so that's from pouvoir, the present tense. Now, remember that pouvoir doesn't need ne pas to be negative. You can just put the ne in it to make it negative. So vous ne pouvez nier, so you cannot deny qu'il n'ait raison. So here the ne doesn't mean anything. You cannot deny that il est raison. So a is in the subjunctive because nier que takes a subjunctive. You cannot deny that he is right. Avoir raison means to be he's right. So remember the pouvoir, savoir, cesser, and oser don't require a pa to be negative. That's what's happening here. The ne here is pleonastic. And what makes this really tricky is that we have got two ne's and a k. So you're likely to think, oh, this must be a ne que expression, an only expression. But no, it's not. It's a main clause. You cannot deny with a subordinate clause that he is right, that he is correct. This sentence is really pretty tricky there with the two ne's and the k, and then plus the fact that nie means, it kind of sounds like the opposite of deny, but it's not. It's deny. Um, this is a pretty tricky sentence. Now note that if you used pas, point, or any of the other words that make ne plus some negative word expression, it makes it a true negation. For example, je prépare ton repas préféré. So I'm preparing your preferred meal, or I'm preparing your favorite recipe meal, à moins que, unless tu ne viennes pas, unless you're not coming. I'm preparing your favorite meal unless you're not coming. That way you would have it's got the ne and pas, so it's a true negative. And just sounding that out, that unless you're not coming is kind of awkward in English, because unless kind of does have a negative sense to it already. So here are 5 sentences. It doesn't really make a story. It's just 5 sentences that are pretty similar, and you work on sorting them all out. And when you've written down your translation, go on to the next video.